Here we are again on our objective screen. Let's take a look at what we're doing. So what are we doing? We will create a piece of pop art. How are we doing this? By using a free online program and talking about repetition. Why are we doing this? In order to talk about and learn about pop art and how it is influenced by culture. Also, we will talk about PA artist Andy Warhol. All right, let's jump into today's goal. So here you can see on the screen, we're getting pretty familiar with this. We're going to open up our program, open up our file, and now today what we're going to do is look at that image and we're going to remove the background from the image. This is a really powerful tool to be able to do, to take out a background of an image. Now, that being said, this can also be a little bit stressful. So just bear with me and let's see how it goes here today. There's two tools that will help us with this. First, if you have a really clean image with a very clean, solid background, the magic wand tool might be your best friend. If your image is a little bit rough and your edge is a little bit rough and maybe not so crisp, this quick select tool might be your best friend. Either way, they're both located as the fourth tool in the toolbar. So we'll take a look at both of those tools. We're going to click and select areas of the background. The other thing to note is that if you make a mistake and you need to go back a little bit and deselect something while you're using one of these tools, you're going to use the Alt key on your keyboard to help with that, and I'll show you what I mean. Once you're happy, all you're going to do is hit the delete key on the keyboard to delete out that background area. We'll then save our document, put it in Google Drive, and submit a screenshot for your progress photo. So let's go ahead and take a step over. I'm going to go ahead and first it tells us we need to open up our program. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to go to Photopea. All right. We are not doing a new program or a new project. We are opening from our computer. So I'm going to click on Open.
After you've clicked the Open from Computer, navigate in your computer to find your working file. This file should be in a digital art folder with your last name, first name, hyphen, pop art objects. It should be a .psd document.
This would be the one, and we hit open. And that's going to open our document. So this should look familiar from our last session. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so I can see. And we're working on our image today. So on the last session, we hid the visibility of the image. This time, we're going to come right in here where it says background. That's our image. And we're going to show the visibility by clicking that eye. Back up here. All right, so that image is now visible. I'm actually going to zoom in. Oops, not that far. Zoom back out just a little bit, and I'll grab my select tool and bring that down so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so here is the image. We want to get rid of this white background. So the first thing I said was it's the fourth tool down. 1, 2, 3. Actually, it's the third tool down. So we're going to click on this tool, and the first one here is the magic wand tool. That's your best friend if that one works. So we're going to click on the magic wand tool. I'm going to, with that background layer selected, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I'm going to then click in this white area, and you can kind of see very closely there's a little dancing ants all the way around the edge of that image. So I should simply be able to hit the delete key and get rid of my background. And it can be as simple as that. Now, that being said, it doesn't always work out that easily. So let's step backward, and we got our image back again. So if that does not work out for you and you need to do a little more work, the quick select tool is also very handy. So I'm going to click on quick select. Now I have a tool here that is sized. So on your keyboard, next to the letter P are the bracket keys. And if I hit the one on the right, my tool gets bigger. And if I hit the one on the left, my tool gets smaller. So you may need to adjust the size of your tool with your bracket keys. Okay, so I hope you're seeing that with this program. Right now it's in a medium size. So I'm going to click once, and you can see it's selected the pixels there, but not a very great selection, not like the magic wand where it selected all the white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here into the white and click again. Okay, and as I'm looking around, it's selected everything except for these pixels over here and these pixels over here, in this corner up here too. And so the bad part about that is right now if I hit the delete key, Oh, I missed those little ones down the bottom. It deleted the image too. So I'm going to go edit, step backward, and I'll select those there. Now it would delete everything. So we don't want this to select the image. So we're going to hit the Alt button on our keyboard, and I'm going to click inside my image. And I'm just going to keep clicking, making sure. Okay, now that time it took out the background again. So I'm going to go into the background, release the Alt key, and I'm going to kind of draw in that white. Okay, so it remembers things and it does better each time, but it's a back and forth, being patient, taking your time, really looking at your edges. That gray is similar in color to the white, so it kind of thinks it's the same. Now this bottle is also not selected, so I'm going to hit Alt again, take my mouse into the bottle and draw down on that shape, and that looks much better, much cleaner. The bottle cap is still not selected, so I'm going to hit and click on that. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I think that is a nice selection. So when you're pretty happy, you're going to hit the delete key and get rid of that background. Okay. Now, if I hit Control D, you can kind of see the edge is a little bit rough up here. So I could go back and edit, step backwards, get that selection back, edit, step backwards, get that white back. Okay, and I could use my magnifying glass and zoom in. Now I'm seeing like every pixel here. Okay. Alright, that looks about where I want to be. Again, get my quick select tool. It's much too big, so I'm going to get smaller. And again, if I'm on the image, I'm holding the Alt button, and I can kind of mess around. Zip, added too much. There. Okay, I think that's back to looking good. Should check my bottle. Oops. Edit. Step backward. Zoom. Alright, my bottle looks good. I'm going to go right in here and put this back as part of the background. Kind of sweep over that edge. Okay, the rest of it looks pretty good. I'm still not crazy about that edge. Okay, but once I'm happy, hit the delete key again, and that looks pretty good. So that edge is a little bit funky. So before I move on, I may go in. There is an eraser tool somewhere. Right here. And if I zoom in, with just that layer selected, I click on the eraser tool. I can clean up those edges. Okay, and I'm just using the very edge of that circle as that does click, and it is part of what we're doing is that outside edge, whatever the edge. It doesn't have to be the center of that selection. All right, so now I have my image and it's all cleaned up with the background, and that's all you have to do for the session today is clean that up. But take your time and do a really nice job of it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my screenshot for the day. Again, making sure that I get part of the canvas, the layers palette, all of that good stuff. And then I'm going to save my file. So file, save as PSD.
Once you've clicked Save as PSD, make sure you navigate and put that file in the appropriate folder so that you can find it easily the next time. It should be in your digital art folder.
All right, I'll see you next session. If you have questions, let me know.